Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Kunompona Tamale Mirundi tusedda wali mu nyumba adoninze suit eya black omusajja lera anyumye mu ka black era nabanga ayakayakanye omutabani w'omugenzi Yohana Mirundi mama mone mama nebaze sala zonsindikira n'obaka bonna mufuna era asamukama kunkumire
tugenda tubaguza amasuuti munjagala ya Mirundi
njagala ya
kigazizimu
ekikulu si
goyina figure nga ekikwasa olubuto lulieno ngokanti ojja kunyumira
ekikulu si suuti
no
ekikulu figure gokanjagala ya Mirundi nga yanyumye
figure zaffe bwe twambala olulagala obesanje era tunyuma
era munyuma wewa
ne tugenda mu blender manya Abaganda bakola bwe bati Abaganda bwe baba komaga bayina ensaamo ekomaga n'ensaamo enaza okunaza kitegeeza nti luli kikubye olubugo lutuuse manya tulinamu n'olubugo olufumbo olwa kimote kakati ne bwogenda mu blender tugamba nti tebankozeeko gwate walwawo nnyo balina okutuusa kati ffe banaza bunaza kusiimulako
bafugako nfuufu
nti engatto kati ng'ezaffe abatambulira mu mmotoka oyozaako ki yetageza nakwoza omusajja evudde mu kito singa ekyo mu economics kita consumer surplus nti engatto ng'eyange naalibadde nkuwa sente entono erinnya ddi mu
bisooto
kakati tiwali gikubidde sente ezo omunene mu takisi yalibadde asasula ebifo bibiri
lwaki
yamalawo space kati ekyo mu economics tukita consumer surplus ti when you are thirsty you are willing to buy a glass of water or juice at a higher price.
Okay.
But because the price is fixed, you don't understand that you have saved. That's what we call consumer surplus.
Okay. Mzee Tamale lero njja tutunulire ensonga zijja kubanga 2-3. Esooka human rights. Eyokumya tutunulire amagye gaffe UPDF. Ndaba bakuza tarehe 6. Yoso njja tutunulire ensonga y'okuba nti no eya human organs. Yokuba nti ensonga nayo kutte wansi ne waggulu. Kale njja tutunulire ensonga ezo 3 olwaleero tuba tudiscuss
ensonga ya organism bagikola bubi. Why? They believed in silencing the local media.
The local media.
2, they have this practice of buying everybody. Kati bo batwala element yeyo basooka ne babaliyako millions of dollars
asatu
ate kati sente zigenze empitirivu ziyalake bazibba mu gavumenti kubanga bali abasajja kye baakola bwe baamala obaliyako millions of dollars
asatu
jule ne bagigoba ne bagoba ne balooya baabwe kati they have hired a group of lobbyists baguddemu naye nze mbabuulira 1 what do you want to achieve? The organic case was mishandled. If bangoba nga nannyini ensi okubeera omuko obulamu bwe bwonna alowooza nti ndi mwangu in the state house they have no vetting. The government has no vetting. A man like me, I wouldn't have been taken to state house or to government for humiliation. I'm not humiliated, I'm a mandwa. Even my parents treat me differently. I'm a mandwa.
Totally muntu.
See the ordinary person. Never was so much mandwa. He treats her differently. Kati obujozi bwa sente kujoga. Take commander where kata kamuliko singa gunte bamanyi. When I alerted the country that there were people killing people for organisms because they faced 2 problems. The first group was killing people abroad. Nga company nakalima company z'abanne zonna ne basigaza ezaabwe monopolism empuuta yaabwe ennyama yaabwe amata gaabwe buli kimu kiba kyabwe otoda bwe mugijjawo mulete premier because these people don't lack business acumenship. Balina kubeera gwenga oli mundoweyo the slave and master relationship, a hunting dog and master. Tebamanyangako nti omuntu you compete and their commission agents ulya sente kudduka ne mubba gundi ne mubba layer ne mugibbamu millions of dollars bina Museveni byaleese. You talk about umeme. We wouldn't be talking about umeme because Museveni created an alternative. Naye nga abazibba banuupu babe. These are his own people who would babysit him ate bebabba ne badduka ne bajoga ensi tibajja kugula obululu. You are paying back. Kakati nkubuulira negamba nti basooka kutunda baana bweru. Even Idi Amin you strongly criticize. Enjoyed Kijambi Amin, the punk. Kijambi Amin enjoyed excellent relationship with the Arab countries.
Yes.
But Amin never took people for slaughter.
What the slaves?
Amin was accused of cannibalism, but was never accused of exporting Ugandans for sale.
For sale. True.
That's one. Kati bajja ne bakola amakampuni gaabwe. They have been investigated from Libya, South Africa, Tanzania, Malawi, Kenya. To tell you how dangerous this thing is.
Okay.
Kakati bano olwokuba balina group z'ababbi ezitakolagana. What they after telling the people for slaughter in Arab countries, the Tumwebaze created a local branch. Tumwebaze najibeeramu n'omusajja Amulami. We recruited local doctors abo Wawuya, Baweyomba, this Namatovu Chitovu, and the others. Bo bakoleranga wano. Killing people in hospitals.
Okay.
I told you that a prominent Professor Kanyerezi, in fact, if I can play Kanyerezi's tape, I just press a button here. When I was watching their meeting, and somebody said, this must be done by specialized people in the special forces. Why? Mirundi cannot handle even his telephone. But I can just put a button here.
You can't even handle your telephone. Your phone.
You see bali bampita musiro.
Okay.
Even now, let me tell you, as I was moving from my home, I know somebody was being summoned by the president to go to Entebbe.
Walogwe bayise liti
anti nakubye ka tape.
Okay.
Naddide ka tape nga bapolotingira Muhoozi nembaka Buchalinga nenkamuweereza Muhoozi. I don't know him. I've never talked to one.
Naye ndikogera nnyo tulabanga ku Muhoozi. Naye nga te
era ababbi bajja singa ni mubbi singamba lya. Many people come take us to Muhoozi.
Gabaga batole wa Muhoozi.
Simumanyi. Kakati nkugamba mwebaze bo bakwata omusajja Amulani bo they established a tent here, a branch here. Nga Lugazi mujita mutya Kiruddu
mzeta abantu bafanga ekiruddu.
Yes.
Nga buli agenda ekidunga mulaita
Kiruddu Lugazi Masaka ya Maganda Gindi. In Eastern Uganda, there is a leading politician, and this wrangles in the Anglican Church as to who should be bishop in Teso is connected with this. Bus Vaitanga Tafiki Zagwanga, being lashed.
Okay.
Nebadira many companies brought here, border companies for lending. Bari bamaze to calculate. When you have so many borders, they knock each other. There was a specialized department ward in Munago.
In Munago,
to extract the organs.
Are you sure?
Even state council operations, Okwata Batembe, organs. Even this human rights you are talking about, where they deceived the president, ntikandiko nalimba president n'abayiso nti bagenda ku ekibuga. Some of the boys are missing because of organ extraction.
Tamale, what are you trying to say? Abantu bonna abavuka, abantu bonna abazze babula nga bakwatibwa. Organs.
Yes. Let me tell you. Nabanja, I've talked to Nabanja because I knew Nabanja.
The Prime Minister.
Nabanja invited me to her constituency.
Okay.
When tujikwata kujikwateko. I helped the government. Nanyinisi wabogo nanyinisi. Neatula kati mwebazo kana kanyina obutu. Nebagamba temumuwa sente. But I'm popular.
True.
I traverse the whole country kujikwata.
Yes.
Because the moment you announce that Mirundi has arrived in the area, boss come. Opposition nabachi.
Unabona bajja.
Nabanja has been taking him to our constituency.
Okay.
Ngatanabera nachi.
Nzanabira na prime minister.
Prime minister. So Nabanja tukubita Munyoro.
Okay.
To explain. Mujikwateko oba
temugikwatako.
Kakati Nabanja kyataategeera ako tumwebaze kagendayo. Tuli consigning nga bamutegedde nti akola ki. Kubanze kagesa mbambalaba.
Obo balaba.
Era Nabanja made a mistake before Museveni. Nti sebo obala disi bukulu nnyo we even have a product of ala disi. Nabanja alitamanyi nti tumwebaze yo Museveni amumanyi nti anuka. Because Museveni had summoned tumwebaze.
Okay.
Namukubira obutambi bwonna. Tumwebaze n'avaayo nga ali disappointed. N'agamba nti this man to hire thugs to kill me was because he saw to that I was nti Museveni tagenda muwa. Museveni yagamba tumwebaze nti if you are after hearing these tapes you go back and inform me whether he should be in cabinet. Nekapapani kaduka kati tumwebaze agamba mulimba nti nze ngenda wa ewaabwe I'm more popular than tumwebaze n'agula ba opponents be bonna n'abamalawo n'oyo gundi nagenda mu constituency ya Nabanja esalagana ya Matiya Kasaija can only be voted by his gods. Matiya Kasaija cannot win olaba tolaba bwe yagula bwe yamuwa omulimu
era mwesimbyekaawo.
Yes. Kakati bo kyebakola they targeted my wife.
Okay.
One of my wives. The moment you target me I retaliate.
I understand.
Nemukwata omusajja Amulan. Nemukwata nintandika omulikodinga. By the time they realized that I was monitoring Amulan, this man was arrested in Pakistan, sentenced to 7 years with a fine of $5 million. Amulan was operating
here in Uganda.
Akawala baali bakayita Nabukira. Lured my wife. Tuyina empaka zetutunda biki. The moment Kasaya mutrailing
nembagwata
ngenda okulaba nga oyo omusajja Pakistan.
Okay.
Nemukwata nenkubayo kagundi nga mugamba somebody say I squeeze my name and talk. In fact, let me tell you, even the president did not believe in my recordings.
Is that organ?
It was after I helped Nachobe to survive as silence that Museveni believed in this recording.
The recordings, okay.
Yali
zikiririzanga gama tebiriyo.
Yali aga tebiriyo. I'm telling you. Kakati oyamulani na operating ira one. Waliwo former minister nga mwavu nnyo naye abiyingiramu. Ye chairman. Chairman waabwe. Abatemu. Ne bali recruiting.
Wamungamba naye nkyawakana.
I can tell you that the chairman recruited Wabuya, Dr. Wabuya and Weyomba at Makerere College Inn.
The chairman.
I can play both the video and the recordings. Here, I don't need to go home.
Okay.
Recently, they had a meeting of all the doctors. The doctor of Masaka told them, my business is still booming. I use people from Tanzania. Batuula bonna bawawuya baweyomba bonna badokita. This is the wound. Nti erugazi bakulasinganga. Ekyo ekimotoka ekyayo ky'abaana ba boda kyali stage. Walera beka kizemu.
Kyali stage managed.
Wala bakola sente. A human being is $1 million. $1
million omuntu.
I can pray here the Chinese at Nanyanga Hotel. Wano here. Kakubye wa China apudde Nanjing. If they are taking organs from dead people, what brings the Chinese here? But Tumwebaze has been testifying on the zoo. Even on Saturday, whatever Uncle. Even on Saturday, they are going on Saturday. But Tumwebaze ne group here yonna.
Why is the state quiet on this issue? What
is government? Balowooza baawa abamawulire abamonitor 10 billion. Kano kamwenda ne kagenda Oman ne kagendawo ne kababba ssente. Bazibbangana. Kakati kamwenda bwe kategeera nti abachina babadde millions of dollars 5 ab'omu Nanjing Hotel. Nanjing, let me reveal it today.
Nanjing
Hotel was an operation center. and the Chinese fled the country with his 2 daughters, saying that in China he is close to the Chinese Communist Party and he can be treated differently because in China harvesting or extracting organs that they say is illegal. Yes, the Chinese yabawa send chairman nazibagana ne mwenda ne batazituusa bije bazitutte. Only here wano sidda kanji njiyita buyisi nejjawa ne baku video nemba kubira ne mulaba beating zaabwe zonna media video kweri kakati the way they handled the problem balowooza one tibajja kugula jule. This is an international train.
Yes, it is international.
Amulan departed from Acacia mwe yava nali mumanyi. Amulan namugamba nti Amulan you were in a hotel room ensawo yo gitadde wano na wano. Amulan panicked. Amulan ne bamugamba batumwebaze. Amulan tumwebaze yamuwa abantu okuva mu ICC to intercept my phone.
Okay.
Amulan yakaba amaziga nkakukubire departure tekawo departure wane byuma ne bijja wano.
Tujjaka kuba kusa.
No, there is an African with this technology. Are you saying that this man has been following him? Yes. Tumwebaze sent 2 younger people to Amulan with the chairman. Nga bamutwalidde gundi. Bamuletedde ki? Bamutwalidde intercepting gadget. N'ekirema. Abasajja abo tebalina byama. Bagenda ku America ku Chinese embassy ne babakolera zoom aba America ne bagiyingiramu bagikuba emirundi egi.
Yes sir.
Ati embarrassed the Chinese ambassador in Uganda.
Okay.
Yali yagibadde zoom. Mwogera mutya ku zoom yaliko abantu 45 naye ng'omu bw'aba ayogera ku ssente azikiza banne n'ayogera ne bw'ayagala ne basekerera Museveni bw'akake kalina saketi ntono kyagwa emirundi 3 nga nze mbalaba. Some of these people went as far as buying necklaces. They have necklaces when somebody speaks, wants to speak like a man, and when he's a woman, he changes.
I am a necklace.
Kagula send $1 million.
Nga voice
Kagula China. Babu yina.
One of Uganda.
Hey. They have necklaces that change somebody's voice. That's why when I play my tapes, you must understand. Ngake nakubye gulu. Tiemusoga cannot be chief justice. Ngabakuba bagemiri. Tamale Mirundi official kaliko abantu ebitwala eki.
Emitwala ebiri.
Wenka keberedde ku kumaji. Nakatadde sawa 3 ezekiro. Noyo kanka kabamu kwatako.
Lwasonga
ayogedde ku clinic emu.
Yerekolebwamu ensonga ezo.
Yes. Kakati olwokuba the whole thing is attractive. 63 of our surgeons are indicted. Wawiya and Weyomba were detained in Hague. Where is Wawiya and Weyomba? Where is Namaganda in Masaka? Namaganda in Masaka was in charge of Masaka. Masaka hospital was stabbed. Ngateina ambulance seinachi. Ngazili Kitovu. Their center. This man, Kaka Gondi, and Professor Kanyerezi came to me to confess. I'm going to die, younger man. I was dragged into this business. I wanted to come with my son who is a lawyer. Professor Kanyerezi Mpanga aliye Mmengo Kojawe. He wanted to come with Mpanga.
Okay.
But Mpanga feared me. Can I play a tape for the recorded tape from Kanyerezi, the confessions of Kanyerezi? The chairman went to Kanyerezi and Kanyerezi told him, young man, I'm going to die. I don't have any future now. Why are you looking for me? I'm going to confess to Mirundi. I'm going to confess. I want to die a killing man. Kakade Chimugamba, chairman Namugamba. For us, we are young. We still have children. You give me the list. Namaganda in the Chitobu. The man left him a list of medical doctors. Even this police pathologist, the Rwanga is involved. That's why yagenda ku KFM akamonitor. Na yogere mukukubire. Can I play the voice of Rwanga? But umwana wange Alubatiku. What is strange is that Alubatiku was used, Nsambia Hospital was used, Kitovu was used, these missionary hospitals. Mulago.
Kitalo.
COVID. Nabaga nti waliwo COVID omwerima gutwale. COVID was also used.
When you talk about
one of the medical doctors in Mulago who wanted to confess to me was killed.
Mzee Tamale.
Kakati omusango we.
Bwekibanga raketi eyo nene bwetu.
Yes.
Omukulu yavuddeyo Gundi, leader of opposition, Mpuga, natekawo committee. Enonyereze ku nsonga eno. Enonyereze ku nsonga eno. Enonyereze ku nsonga eno.
We can use the time we have now just to clear up the air and yes, you really had something so ancient you needed to ask and to discuss with us. What is it particularly? Thank you very much. I'm thanking each and everybody of us here for the contributions you have done to make certain things happen. I'm very grateful that amidst this trouble, we can still come together, solidify, and try the best level possible. The best means possible. The best means there is to settle some of the grievances that are really happening and trying to divide us completely. Personally, I've been condemned and blamed of several things that I've really not done. But the surface is exhibiting something very different. And I would like us to think and think very deeply that in the case of anything that you really don't like, please express it. Because it is high time we faced our worst fears to create a solution so we fear no more and have a particularly streamlined approach to each and every obstacles that we tend to have or that can be created by our adversaries. I'm very sorry to start with such an approach, but it is also very important to tell you that we have been troubled by our own people. We have been hurt by our own people who seem to be sidelining with our resistances, with our troubling resistances. But they're still moving on and they still come around and smile with us. I have learned of several things when I talk to the principal. There are several things that we have discussed and they are leading to betrayal. Some of you people have been deliberately betraying us. We had several meetings and some of you people were deliberately recording and submitting a lot of information to His Excellency. It has been a bright shame. If I mean a bright shame, it means it is a broad daylight shame. That even the list of information we expected to link is in custody, is in possession of His Excellency. We have been grilled beyond repair, and I have to assure you the trouble is just the beginning for the fellowship. The slain fellowship, I'm telling you, the trouble is just the beginning. There are several cases we are getting charged of conspiracy, of massive human rights abuse, trafficking, and things of the like. Really, these are the cases in the brewery. They're being brewed right now. And the hit we have been sharing with the principal is directing to almost all the members of the fellowship. And who did this? It was an internal contradiction. I no longer want to believe that it is Tamale Mirundi who's recording. Somebody is recording from inside and distributing this information to the president and to people like Tamale Mirundi. And at least I'm trying to get exactly who the people involved were. Because when I listened to some of the tapes, we were in a very, very, very secretive place. But we are 4 people. But it captured only 2 who were discussing business. What happened to the rest? It means the 2 members seem to be part of it. It is very unfortunate that the two individuals currently, one is in the United States, one left for UK. But that is the reality I got from the whole thing. Now, this claim of Tamale Mirundi saying that I recorded this and that seems not true, according to my observation. It seems there is somebody who records from within us and delivers the recorded clips to this man. I'm very sorry if I'm straying. Please don't raise your hand. First, wait for me to complete my submission, then we shall see how to discuss. We have been troubled for so long. I looked at a mountain of CDs, many of which had been transferred to a digital storage. We are really in deep shit, this I'm telling you. There is literally nothing of a conspiracy that has not been recorded. I had several things regarding the Rural Electrification Authority. I had a lot with the Financial Intelligence Authority. I also had a lot from the Ministry of Education and Sports. I had a lot from the COVID-19 National Task Force. It was really a lot of information. So deliberately, all my involvements have been exposed to the principal. Now my chances of being appointed back to cabinet are very minimal. Looking at the closing statement that was said, that please, if you're such a person, what kind of public office do you think you can serve apart from being a member of parliament? You go. When you get the right answer, contact me, then I tell you what to do. So if such a thing really happened, what else cannot happen? I'm very sorry, but I'm also disappointed with our members from within. Those we have shared a lot. Those I could even accommodate at my suit. My suit became a meeting place, but everything was just in my location. Every meeting that I held in my location. In 2019, it is on record. His Excellency has it all. So I'm left with no secret. I'm totally naked. And that is what I am, really. Regarding the same people we have worked with for all this time, I'm now stripped naked completely, with no respect, with no dignity. I'm sorry, but I had to tell you all of this. There are certain people whom I have been making sure that they get some employment. I mean, some elevation in their ranks. I sent these people from Serena. They were headed for Guibaja, but they had the contact at Kajas. Again, that same information leaked, and somebody was calling me. My cousin was calling me that, you know what, this and this is happening. Somebody has called me that you are sending assailants, 3 assailants, and they're on motorbikes, and they're going to kill, they're going to commit some crime. Really, I'm not that kind of person. Can somebody speak up loudly? Should I go to the media center and talk to the nation that I can't do that? Really? So that is the trouble we are faced currently. I'm sorry, I'm not going to speak anymore. Thank you very much.
Honorable, I would like to say sorry for that feeling. But I think we have all of us the same trouble. And I think, Professor, you can clarify on that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Uncle. Honorable, I'm very sorry for that feeling you've got. But one thing I have to tell you is that you are not alone. Take it from me, you are not alone. That feeling you get that it is a conspiracy, then it is a conspiracy from everyone. Everyone has been conspired against. And don't point fingers at anyone. That one I'm requesting you. We divide several means. You remember the ICT students you provided, the ICT experts you provided in the earlier times. And they told you the problem is within the phones. How many times do we change the phones? We did, but nothing literally happened. So, I cannot say, unless you're telling me that everybody was recruited to spy on everyone, and whenever there is a meeting, everyone records, then we are all spies and we are ranked on the same level. But that is not the truth. The truth is that there is technology that enhances digital espionage. It goes through the watches, the TV sets, the digital radios, the digital phones, and all that. It's all about the digital spyware system. So the moment you understand that concept, then you will know how to limit when you're talking in the proximity of a phone. Like we are here. Some of the phones here are well gadgeted with jammers and anti-espionage distractors. But how sure are we that they will not even expose the same meetings here? Every time I listen to Tamale Mirundi has picked a clip from our dialogue, even when we are only two, and I cannot say that we can have a dialogue and then it goes gag and we still say that one of us has betrayed each other when we are discussing the same issue, carrying a 50-50 responsibility. It doesn't make sense. It will never add up. So likely, anything that hurts you would hurt the entire fellowship. Excuse me. And the fellowship collapsed because of such. Everybody was no longer trusting the other. So we collapsed. And after the total collapse, what happened? Tamara was always high up there. He became the most feared person in the country. He would tell you things that the CIA, that he saw that CMI could tell you. And they really happened. When it came to the background of issues, everything had been revealed. So, my brother, do not condemn anyone. It is a reality that there is a spyware, there is a spy capacity, a digital spy capacity that does all that. Now the whole challenge is who's running it? It is the president himself running it with his team. I think Tamale Mirundi can only be used as a mouthpiece. Your own men brought up that report that we have searched everywhere, including the future Chinese and Israelis. Remember that we are hired in the late 2019. They couldn't locate anything, and they were like, it might be deep inside the military facility. And somehow, they connect somewhere with Tamale. You set up a gang of spies about the were 12 or even 13. They trailed Tamale. They could not end up anywhere. The farthest they get was Gaba, then Chengera, then you talk about Zana, you talk about the National Theatre, you talked about Mukono, but it happened to be Mukono was Chibuli. Then heading up to Masaka Rakai, that was his home village. So the whole rotation in Kampala was fruitless. You remember that very well. So